Welcome to Cost Saver Conversations. I'm Angela, and I ask the practical questions so you can quickly understand what matters. Today, I'm joined by Assad.
Hi, Angela. We are unpacking Are Solar Panels Worth It in 2026 UK cost and savings analysis today, and tying it back to the wider cost saver ecosystem, including tools like Energy Dashboard, Renewable ROI Calculator, and Weather Aware Planner, so you can turn insights into action quickly.
Just a heads up before we dive in, we are your synthetic hosts. We are great with numbers, but as AI, we can sometimes be confidently wrong. Think of us as the digital versions of your most knowledgeable, slightly caffeinated friends.
Exactly. Treat this chat as a smart estimate only, not as professional financial guidance. Always check important details with official sources or a qualified expert before making any big decisions.
Right. So, Assad, I've been getting so many questions about solar panels lately. Like, everyone's asking me, are they actually worth it now? Especially with, energy prices being what they are.
Yeah, I bet. It's the question of the moment, isn't it? I mean, with bills still stupidly high and everyone thinking about their carbon footprint, generating your own clean energy just sounds so appealing.
But
But the big question is, does it actually make financial sense? Because let's be honest, the upfront cost can be, it's a lot.
how much are we talking?
Well, you're looking at anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000, sometimes more, depending on what system you go for. But, and this is the interesting bit, installation costs have actually plummeted over the last decade.
Really?
Oh yeah, massively. And with electricity prices going the complete opposite direction, it's just the whole picture's changed?
So, it's not a simple yes or no then?
God, no. Look, it depends on so many things. Your roof's orientation, how much electricity you actually use, whether you're even home during the day to use it,
Oh, I hadn't thought about that last one.
right? And how long you're planning to stay in your house. That's huge. Some people, they'll see returns in like 7 to 10 years, which is brilliant. Others they might struggle to break even, honestly.
Okay. Let's get into the actual numbers then. What are we looking at for 2026?
So for a typical domestic system, and I'm talking like average UK home here, you're generally looking at between 5,000 and 8,000 pounds.
That's quite a range.
It is, yeah. It swings quite a bit depending on, larger systems obviously cost more, but they also save more. Then there's the panel type. Monocrystalline are the most efficient, but they're pricier.
Monocrystalline. That's a mouthful.
I know, right? And then installation complexity is a big one. If you've got a nice, straightforward south-facing roof, happy days. But if it's more fiddly,
More expensive.
exactly.
Once they're up there, though, is it just set and forget? Or are there ongoing costs?
Good question. They're pretty low maintenance generally, but the inverter's the big one.
The inverter.
Yeah, it's the bit that converts the solar energy into actual usable electricity. That usually needs replacing every 5 to 10 years, and it's not cheap. We're talking 1,000 to 1,500.
Oh, I had no idea. That's significant.
It is. And then there's cleaning, but honestly, rain usually does the job. Unless you're in a really dusty area, then maybe $100 to $200 a year for a professional cleaning.
Right. Are there any government grants that help with all this? Because that initial cost is...
Yeah, it's hefty. So the big one is the Smart Export Guarantee. The Smart Export Guarantee. You can actually earn money by selling excess power back to the grid.
How much?
It varies by provider, but typically around 4 to 5 pence per kilowatt hour. There's also the Renewable Heat Incentive, though that's more for heating systems. And some local councils have their own grants or low-interest loans.
So it's worth checking locally.
Definitely. Always worth a look.
Okay, costs covered. Now the fun bit, savings. What can people actually expect to save?
Right. So the average UK household electricity bill is around £1,200 a year in 2026. That's your baseline.
That's a lot.
I know, mental, isn't it? So the key thing to understand is self-consumption versus exporting energy.
Self-consumption being using what you generate yourself?
Exactly. You're typically going to use about 30 to 50% of what your panels produce for your own needs,
The rest, you sell back to the grid.
Give me a real example.
Okay, so let's say you've got a 4-kilowatt system, pretty standard. That might produce around 3,400 kilowatt hours annually.
Right.
If you self-consume 40% of that, so 1,360 kilowatt hours, you're saving about 200 pounds a year on your bill. That's based on 15 pence per kilowatt hour, which is roughly average.
And the other 60%?
The other 60%, that's 2,040 kilowatt hours, gets sold back at, let's say, 5 pence per kilowatt hour. So that's another 102 pounds.
So 302 pounds a year total?
Yeah, 302 pounds to be precise. And over 25 years, which is typically how long these systems last, that's over 7,500 pounds.
Wow, okay. That's pretty good when you put it like that.
It adds up, doesn't it?
It really does. So, the big question, payback period. When do you actually break even?
Right. So if we take that $6,000 installation cost and those annual savings of 302 pounds,
Maths time.
I know, bear with me, you're looking at about 19.87 years. So basically 20 years.
20 years. That's quite long, isn't it?
It sounds it, but, and this is important, that's not set in stone. If energy prices keep rising, which, let's face it, they probably will,
Yeah.
your savings go up. Payback period comes down. Some people are seeing payback in like 11 years.
Wait, 11 years? That's nearly half.
I know. It really depends on your situation. If you get good grants, if you're in a sunnier bit of the UK, it all helps.
Makes sense. And it's not just about money, is it? There's the whole environmental side.
Oh, absolutely. A 4-kilowatt system can reduce CO2 emissions by about 1,500 kilograms per year.
Is that a lot? I can never picture these numbers.
It's equivalent to what 60 trees absorb annually, which is kind of amazing when you think about it.
60 trees on your roof? That's brilliant.
Exactly. And you're helping the UK hit that 70% renewable target by 2030. Plus, supporting local installers, creating jobs in the renewable sector.
The ripple effect.
Exactly. Does that all make sense? I feel like I'm throwing a lot of numbers at you.
No, it's great. Really clear, actually. You mentioned different scenarios in your analysis. Can you walk me through a couple?
Yeah, sure. So your average family home, 3-bed semi in the Midlands, that sort of thing, they'd be looking at that $6,000 installation, $302 annual savings, nearly 20-year payback.
The standard case.
Right. But then you've got, say, a young couple in London with electric heating. High energy costs.
Oh, electric heating's expensive.
So expensive. Even with a smaller system, maybe 5,500 pounds, they're saving 500 pounds a year. Payback in just 11 years. And they'd save $10,000 over 25 years.
That's a huge difference.
Massive. Or take a retired person with a big south-facing roof. They might spend $7,000, but because they're home during the day.
Oh, they can use more of what they generate.
Exactly. They maximize that self-consumption. 400 annual savings, 17.5-year payback, still looking at 10,000 over 25 years.
So it really, really depends on your specific situation.
Completely. There's no one-size-fits-all answer here.
Right. So for anyone listening who's thinking about this, what's your advice? Where do they start?
First thing, look at your energy bills. Actually understand what you're using when you're using it. That's crucial.
Makes sense.
Then research all the grants and incentives. National ones, local ones, they can make a massive difference to that initial cost. And honestly,
Get quotes?
multiple quotes. Don't just go with the first person. And think beyond just the money, the environmental impact, potential property value increase.
The bigger picture.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just about pounds and pence, though obviously that's important too.
Of course. Well, Assad, this has been incredibly helpful. I feel like I actually understand whether solar panels are worth it now.
Well, I hope so. It's a lot to take in, but honestly, for a lot of people, it's becoming a really sensible option.
Even with that 20-year payback?
Well, remember, panels last 25 years plus, and with energy prices where they're going, who knows what we'll be paying in 10 years' time?
True. Depressing, but true.
Sorry to end on that note.
No, it's fine. Look, thanks so much for breaking all this down. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure, Angela. Anytime.
Quick side note, this guide connects with other cost saver blogs, especially Home Insulation ROI Guide.
Exactly. And reading those together gives you a fuller picture of safety, energy costs, and long-term affordability before you choose a postcode.
And if you want to apply this immediately, jump into tools like Energy Dashboard, Renewable ROI Calculator, and Weather Aware Planner right after this episode.
Primary sources used here include the website, so you can verify the data yourself and stay evidence-led.
That wraps this cost saver conversation with Angela and Assad. If this helped, share it with someone house hunting so they make safer and smarter money decisions.
Your next step is simple. Try Energy Dashboard, then read Home Insulation ROI Guide, and use both together before committing to a move.